Well, sir, you should be interested in this. Tonight, Laugh-In takes a look at women.
Is that all you can think about, women?
Is that all I can think about?
There's a lot more in life than women, you know.
Well, glorioski, am I ever glad to hear you say that? For instance?
Well, there's ladies, and there's girls, and there's, Boy, when you're right, you're right.
Well, that's what we're looking at tonight isn't just women, but we're also going to take a look at this women's movement for liberation.
What does that mean?
Well, basically, modern women want to be equal.
Well, I haven't found anything to equal them yet.
They're demanding a more active role in society. For example, they want someone to take care of the children.
Oh, we used to have one of those called Mother.
And they want professional child care centers.
We had one of those, too, called Home.
And they would like to get out and have a little fun, swing a little.
Oh, we still have one of those.
What do you call her?
About twice a week.
Yeah. We're getting away from the point. You see, women want to be treated with more respect and more dignity and equal pay. For instance, if a woman said that she could do everything that you can do, shouldn't she get the same pay?
Oh, yeah, and I give her a few dollars myself.
Yeah, well, you see, that's just it. Women are fed up with being exploited. Like Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner's a woman?
No. Of course, but the women's lib people feel that he's the worst exploiter of women in the whole country. They're really against him, boy.
What does he do?
What does he do? Well, look at his magazine, full of nude pictures of girls just exploiting their bodies and their pretty faces, weird stories, off-colored jokes. And then how about that airplane of his? The Bunny, the big Bunny, that black airplane. He's got nude girls running around in there, 6 or 7 of them to every passenger. And that's not all. How about that mansion of his in Chicago? Well, that's a disgrace. I don't blame women for getting upset. You ever see that mansion? Why, you ought to see that thing. 6 or 7 sexy playmates in every room. They got underwater swimming, nude swimming in the water.
Hold it. Where's this mansion?
Chicago.
Chicago. My kind of town, Chicago.
While Dick's getting his airline reservations, it's time to look at women.
We appreciate you, ladies. We respect your noble cause. Your noble cause. And we hope it makes you happy, running round without your bras. Without your bras. So, little ladies, here's our advice to you. Go back to scrubbing and chubbing. Start feeding the dog. Slapping the hog. Bed making. Start waxing the floors. Ironing our drawers. Cause inferior. You're inferior. You'll be cheerier when you discover, ladies. Men are better than you. Except for mother. Ladies. Men are better than you.
Why should I give my secretary more opportunities? She never gives me any.
I believe a woman's place is in the home. At least it keeps them off the streets.
I've just had it. I'm just fed up. I'm just sick of this, doing this. I kind of have to do this menial, crummy housework. I'm not going to do it. I just hate it. That's it. I've just joined the women's liberation. I have, and no woman should have to do this sickening, crummy, sickening house. No woman should have to do any cleaning and scrub. No woman, any housework. No, for no woman.
What do you want?
I want a maid.
I don't want any part of the woman's lib. I enjoy being a sex symbol.
With this new women's liberation thing, my wife demands that we share our responsibilities. She's had 3 kids in a row, and now she says it's my turn.
You've been convicted of child neglect, abandonment of children, abuse of children, and child mistreatment. 6 months.
Oh, Your Honor, couldn't you let me off? Just for the sake of the kids.
All right. Stomachs in. Chest out.
Okay,
Cosgrove. You can step out of line. The rest of you guys are gonna keep doing it until you can do it like that!
Mr. Conway, can I call you Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Are you in favor of the women's liberation movement?
Well, I was until my wife burned her bra, and it took us 3 days to get the black smoke out of the living room.
With the increased pressure for equal job opportunities for both sexes, the results have proven to be a little different from the daily grind.
Hi, folks. Welcome to the Roxy. We got a jam-packed show tonight. In fact, I was just backstage packing the jam. Sing 'em right in there. I know you're out there. I can hear you breathing. Rather heavily. Seriously, folk, we got coming up on the bill, Dick Boom Boom Latouche. Let's hear it. He'll be out just as soon as he can get his costume out of the thimble.
Bald-headed broad in the front row? Oh, she's murder. I'm not going out.
You got a kid.
Can't go
It's showbiz, kid. It's in your blood. You gotta get out there, kid. It's
just
full
can't
out.
go out.
Shape up.
I can't go out. Thanks. I needed that.
Dick Boom Boom Latouche.
Hit it, maestro.
You really like him, huh? Oh, that's my son, the stripper.
I mean, it's just awful the way the world is today. What with all the killing and the wars and everything. 2 clubs.
I know, and you feel so helpless. I mean, what can a woman do about it? 4 diamonds.
I was reading a book recently, Liz Estrada. It's about some women who decided to do something about it. One heart. They told the men that until they stopped the wars, that there would be no fooling around.
You mean...
Nothing.
Oh, you mean not even a hug? A little good night smooch?
Nothing. No way, no how, no one, nowhere, never.
Oh, gosh. I mean, you know what? That's really taking things a little bit too far, a little too an extreme, you know what I mean? 8 spades. Who wrote it?
Some old Greek.
Well, it's easy for Maria Callas. He's over 70. She's loaded.
Slapjack.
Nope, you lose. I got a pair. 9 and a 10.
Beats me. I'm sitting here with a handful of aces.
You men are all alike. Just because your wife came with you to the convention, you complain that she's becoming too masculine and aggressive. Well, I think you're being too hard on her, and I mean to tell her so. Now, where is she?
She's in the men's room.
Now, before we end our look at women, in the interest of fair play, we shall hear a statement in favor of women's liberation from a woman.
I'm against it.
You want to fight against women's liberation?
I'm ready to go all the way. We must fight.
Very well. Now, here to speak for women's liberation is Miss Susan Mengers.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Sue.
Should I speak now?
Yeah, go ahead.
As you all probably know, women today, intellectual women, have been burning their brassieres and girdles. It's a symbol of our desire. To move forward, to be let loose and set free. Thank you.
Right on, baby. You tell her.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Hey, isn't that kind of a fast turnabout?
Silver-tongued little devil had all the arguments.
What arguments?
Well, she said women want to burn their brassieres and girdles. I'm ready to support them on that.
I see.
And about women wanting to move forward, I'm ready to meet them halfway.
And that's what convinced you.
No, the clincher was the part about being let loose and set free.
You agree with that?
Listen, any man who doesn't want a lot of free women running around loose is no friend of mine.
What do you have?
Well, I guess I'll have number 3.
There's your number 3, sir.
Oh, I thought that came with chili.
And now we bring you the high point of our show.
Which of the Marx brothers do you think had the craziest ideas?
Carl!
This is the land that Jack owned.
This is the tree that grew on the land
That Jack owned. This is the river that watered the tree.
that grew on the land
That Jack owned.
This is the factory that polluted the river.
That watered the tree.
that grew on the land
That Jack owned.
Jack ate the fruit that came from the tree.
That was watered by the river.
That was polluted by the factory.
that stood on the land
That Jack owned.
Here's the land that Jack owns now.
Do you know, little Goldie, I really don't think you've changed since winning the Academy Award.
Oh, yes, I have, Carol.
Have you?
Yeah, that night I was wearing a low-cut cocktail gown and my other sneakers.
Onga people poco. Onga people for.
Miss, I think I'll have a,
Take a number.
What?
Take a number. Take a number. It's the rules. Take
What do
a
you mean,
number.
take a number? There's nobody else in here.
I don't care. Take a number, will you, please?
Okay, I'm taking a number, 97. Now,
Okay, last call, number 22. Okay, number 23.
Boy, I feel terrible. I just finished trying to teach my kids to have more respect for policemen and not to refer to them as cops. Now I hear them outside playing pigs and robbers.
I will never forget that great day when my daddy freed his slaves. Yeah, I think it was last Thursday.
well, Goldie,
What?
have you missed us?
You're not supposed to say that.
Well, have you missed us?
No, you... I can't understand why I've been gone the whole time.
since she went away. So in case you are wondering, she would like to say.
Ruthie! Hold it, Ian. Ruthie, I forgot. It hasn't been that long, Goldie. I know.
Once it moves across the nation, we have got the information to the right, right?
Okay.
Okay, hit it, Ian! And...
We just
No, wait, hold it, Ian.
Ian.
What's the news across the nation? Ian's the conductor. You got him.
Ian! I'm sorry.
That's okay, you got it now?
Yeah.
Okay, hit it, Ian! And...
No,
wait. No, hold it, Ian. Now, wait. First of all, you are not supposed to... She's the one who... Oh, never mind. You're the movie. Well, I know, but
It's time for the 6 o'clock news with Dan Rowan and Dick Martin. And George Wallace in Harlem. The Penn Central in bankruptcy. Congress in session. And Mary Lou Johnson in trouble. And now, here they are.
Good evening, I'm Dan Rowan, filling in for Dick Martin.
Good evening. He's Dan Rowan, filling in for Dick Martin, and so am I. And now here's the news.
This future news item, January 1977, 7 years from now, the Nixon administration today officially went out of office. When asked to comment, a network news official stated, well, at least now we're not going to have Spiro Agnew to kick the press around anymore.
Dateline, Houston, Texas. Astrodome officials were concerned today when a stray cow wandered into the playing service and grazed for 4 hours on the artificial plastic grass. The cow's owner was equally concerned when he milked her the following morning and got 4 quarts of silly putty.
Now for this interesting note.
Here with our editorial, Miss Mona Blairt.
Foreign imports are affecting the economy of our country. French fries, German shepherds, Danish pastries, Swiss cheese, Hungarian goulash. Enough is enough. Stop these foreign imports.
For an opposing viewpoint, here is Mr. Yashuki Kuki. Fairbanks, Alaska. The first Alaskan rock festival was held this weekend in Fairbanks before 200,000 screaming fans. However, the concert was briefly interrupted when a nearsighted Eskimo accidentally harpooned Mama Cass.
Tragic news. Dateline Detroit. Automobile manufacturers received word today from Latin American revolutionaries that they had kidnapped Ralph Nader. The ransom note stated that if they did not receive $3 million in cash within 48 hours, they would return Mr. Nader to this country unharmed.
And now for this interesting note. Take it away, Goldie.
Here with the news of the future is the man with all the news the future has to offer. With the future, Dan Rowan and the news of the future.
Goldie, we don't do that anymore.
But I just did it, the future news. I just did
Well,
it.
just don't do it again.
Well, all right, then do it yourself.
Well, I don't do it anymore.
Well, so what? And anyway, don't do it again because they don't do it anymore around here. Shape up, fool.
Here's an address from our girl on the street.
1525 Blue Jay Way. A wonderful country, Mr. Conway. I mean, where an average boy with talent can work his way up to his own television show and have it canceled, and then get another television show and have that canceled, and then go on to get even another television show and finally achieve success.
Yes, it is wonderful.
Well, then why don't you go and do it?
I've hit bigger women than you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Goldie, you were really great as a Sakatumi girl.
No, Barbie, that was Judy Carn.
Oh, yes. Well, you were really funny as Gladys Omfby.
No, Barbie, that's Ruth Buzzy.
Oh, that's right. How could I forget? Well, you were really terrific as Ernestine, the telephone operator.
Barbara, that was Lily Tomlin.
Well, no wonder you left the show. I mean, they never gave you anything to do.
Well, now, boy, they really come up with some real crazy kooks. I mean, don't they?
One ringy dingy. Two ringy dingies. A gracious good afternoon. This is Miss Tomlin of the telephone company. Have I reached the party to whom I am speaking? Miss West? Miss Mae West? Miss West, we have a report filed with us that you are using an instrument which you've completely covered with cheap rhinestones. Now, Miss West, you must understand that the telephone company strictly prohibits the unauthorized modification of... Miss West, your telephone. Now, Miss West, do you understand that your telephone, Miss West, is the property of the telephone company? Should you move, what on earth would we do with it? Pardon? Oh, Miss West, surely you must be joking. As a devoted employee of the telephone company, I wouldn't dream of misusing. Hello? Hello? Hello?